Most people decide within the first few minutes whether they'll listen to your presentation or completely zone out. That sounds scary, but it's true. These days, people are always distracted. They're thinking about emails, their grocery list, or maybe even scrolling through their phones, all while you're standing there, trying to talk. But don't worry, today I'll show you exactly how to make your presentation so engaging and memorable that your audience will actually want to listen to you. And no, you don't need fancy slides or complicated language to do it. Let's dive right in. The truth about people's attention. The first thing you need to know is that people's attention span these days is really short. Even though most presentations last about 30 to 60 minutes, people actually only want to listen for 10 to 15 minutes. And here's the shocking part, their real focus starts drifting away after just 5 to 10 minutes. That's right, so if you don't grab their attention quickly, chances are they'll start thinking about lunch, or they'll sneak a look at their phones, and you've lost them before you even get to your second slide. And let's be honest, we've all been there, sitting in a presentation, struggling to stay focused, waiting for the speaker to say something interesting. That's why, as the presenter, it's your job to grab attention fast and keep it. But don't stress. If you know how to start your presentation the right way, you can win them over, even in a room full of people glued to their phones. Start with a powerful hook. Imagine you're watching a movie. If it starts with 10 minutes of boring introductions, will you stay to watch? Probably not. The same thing happens during presentations. You've got to hook your audience right away. That means no long, slow introductions. Instead, say something that grabs their attention. You could tell a short, interesting story, share a surprising fact, or ask them a direct question. For example, if your presentation is about saving money, you could say, "Did you know that most people lose over $500 every year just because of bad spending habits?" That makes people curious, and now they're paying attention. Or if your topic is about health, you might start with, "What if I told you the biggest mistake people make for their health happens before 9 a.m.? Little statements like these make your audience sit up, pay attention, and wonder what you're going to say next. Remember, the first few minutes are your chance to show your audience that this isn't just another boring presentation. It's something worth listening to. Turn your talk into a story. You know what people love? A good story. Our brains are built to listen to stories, not boring lists of facts. That's why the best presentations feel like short movies, not school lectures. And the good news is, anyone can turn their presentation into a story. You don't need to be a famous speaker or a professional storyteller. It's actually simple to do. Think of your presentation as a little story with a beginning, middle, and end. Start by sharing a problem your audience can relate to, maybe a mistake, a challenge, or a surprising fact. Then tell them the journey. How did you or someone else solve the problem? What happened along the way? What did you discover? And finally, show them the result, the happy ending. What changed? What's the big message they should remember? For example, instead of saying, "Our software helps people save time," tell a short story like, "One of our clients was spending hours stuck in paperwork every week until they used our tool. Now they finish their work in half the time and finally get their weekends back." That's how you turn facts into a story that sticks. Even something as simple as, "I used to struggle with public speaking. My hands would shake, my voice would crack. But after practicing these steps, now I actually enjoy it." That's a real, relatable story your audience connects with. Your confidence is contagious. Let me share something really important. If you're nervous while speaking, your audience can feel it. But when you stand there with confidence, they feel that too. The best way to boost your confidence? Be prepared. Research shows that 91% of presenters feel more confident when they've prepared well, especially when they have good, simple slides to support their message. But remember, this doesn't mean packing your slides with tiny text and complicated charts. That actually confuses people and makes your presentation harder to follow. Confidence also comes from practicing your talk a few times before the real deal. Stand in front of a mirror, record yourself, or practice with a friend. The more you practice, the more your nerves turn into confidence. And here's another tip. Remember, the audience is not your enemy. Most people want you to do well. They're not judging you harshly. They're hoping to learn something useful. So stand tall, smile, and remind yourself that you've got this. Simple slides that actually help. Think of your slides like billboards you see on the highway. People should be able to look at them for just a few seconds and understand the main idea. The golden rule here is to show only one idea per slide. Don't try to cram everything onto one screen. It looks messy and confuses your audience. Instead, use one big, powerful image and add a short, clear headline. Your fonts should be simple and easy to read, and your colors should be clean and matching. You don't need to be a designer for this. Tools like Canva have ready-made templates that look professional and help your presentation stand out. Even basic PowerPoint or Google Slides can look great if you keep things clean and simple. And remember, slides are there to support you, not replace you. If people are reading paragraphs on your slides, they've stopped listening to you. So keep it light, clear, and focused. Involve your audience. No one likes being talked at for 30 minutes straight. The best presentations feel like a real conversation. So how do you make that happen? Start by involving your audience. Ask them questions, get them thinking, and make them part of your talk. It can be as simple as saying, "Raise your hand if this has ever happened to you." It wakes them up and shows them you care about their experience. You can also use live polls with tools like Mentimeter or Slido, where people can answer questions using their phones and see the results on the screen instantly. But even if you don't have fancy apps, old school tricks like think, pair, share work wonders. You ask a question, let people think quietly for a few seconds, then have them discuss their ideas with the person sitting next to them. It's simple, effective, and makes the room feel alive. Interactive presentations are always more fun. People feel like they're part of the experience, not just sitting through a lecture. Let multimedia do the work. Want to make your presentation even more exciting? Add some videos, sounds, or animations. But here's the thing, only use them when they add to your message, not just to look fancy. Imagine instead of reading a boring customer review, you show a short video where the customer shares their story. It feels real and people connect with it. Or maybe you're explaining a complicated process. A simple animation can show the steps way better than words ever could. But always be ready for tech issues. Save your videos directly into your presentation. Keep copies on your computer and have a backup slide with a picture or key quote just in case something doesn't work. That way you stay calm and keep the presentation running smoothly. Multimedia, when used right, turns your talk from average to unforgettable. Own the stage with confidence. Let's talk about you again. Even with perfect slides and cool videos, if you stand there looking nervous and shy, people won't listen. But when you speak with confidence, you naturally grab their attention, even before saying a word. And confidence is something you can practice. Before your presentation, take a few deep breaths, stand tall, maybe even try a quick power pose. Remind yourself that you know your topic. Feeling nervous is normal, but you can turn those nerves into energy if you've prepared well. Also, remember to take your time. Rushing through your presentation makes you seem unsure. Speaking slowly, clearly, and with pauses shows confidence and keeps people listening. Use your voice and body the right way. Your voice is one of your most powerful tools. Imagine listening to someone speak in the same flat, boring tone for 15 minutes. You'd be asleep. Instead, make your voice interesting. Speak louder and faster when you're excited. Slow down and lower your voice when making a serious point. And pause. Just let the silence sit for a few seconds after saying something important. It lets your audience absorb what you've just shared. And don't forget your body language. Move with purpose. Use your hands to explain big ideas. Smile and make eye contact. It helps your audience feel connected to you and keeps them interested. It's not about being perfect. It's about being natural, relatable, and clear. Keep the conversation going. Your connection with the audience shouldn't stop when your presentation ends. A simple way to keep the conversation going is by adding a QR code on your last slide. When people scan it, they can get your slides, visit your website, or connect with you instantly. It's quick, easy, and shows you respect their time. You can also invite them to follow you on social media, send a follow-up email, or offer free resources that help them even after your presentation is done. Thanks for watching, and good luck with your next presentation.